Welcome to Tech It Up with Jessica Lee. I have Dave Ragals here, who is the VP of Customer Success from IgnitionOne. Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
I would love to hear more about your roles and responsibilities and about your company too. Can you please share with us?
Sure. So IgnitionOne is a leader in customer intelligence. We have a proprietary customer intelligence platform, which is really designed to help marketers use what they know about their customers to engage with them better. The three main pillars are to understand who the customers are, be able to put value behind them, whether it's their propensity to convert, their product interests, their engagement with the brand, and then use that to engage with those customers in a one-on-one way in an omnichannel world.
Okay. So I know that the marketing automation, personalization market is fairly crowded, and there's a lot of players, big players and also startups. What differentiates IgnitionOne?
Well, we really think that we were one of the pioneers in customer intelligence, and a lot of that, there's five main components of customer intelligence. There's score, there's optimization, attribution, personalization, and identity resolution. And our proprietary score, which we've had for many years, is really the heart of it. And what that does is really understanding in real time what somebody on a marketer's website is doing, exactly what they're interested in, and helping to build a profile of that person, their propensity to convert, their product interests, and all of that then goes into feeding how you want to interact with them. When you layer that on with IDR, data modeling, attribution, etc., then it really provides that full value. But that score piece of it is really the single unique thing that we have that no one else can provide.
And what are other channels that you are monitoring to get the personalized data? Across social media?
So really anything that can be measured digitally or offline and imported back in. So we are measuring the activity on the website in real time, but we're also tying that back to how the user got there, whether it was from email, whether it was from display, search, social, etc. We are engaging with them in real time on the website. So our website personalization platform is actually using that score to engage in real time one-on-one with the user, but we can also take offline signals and put those into the profile.
And your customers tend to be very high volume, like B2C clients, like the retailers, then I take it?
Yeah, we work primarily with enterprise marketers. Our top verticals are retail, automotive, and hospitality. That's where the bulk of our, and we have specific expertise in those areas. But really anybody who's in an enterprise marketer, really working in a more of a direct response realm, but those are the three main verticals.
Dave, if you could pick one use case, one client, and walk us through an example of how you made a difference for them. And I know that every client has a lot of tools and need different vendors to support the integrated marketing and reach ROI. But if you could get into specific one client and one case study for us, that would be very helpful.
Sure. So we work, as I mentioned, hospitality is one of our primary verticals, and we work with some of the largest hotel brands in the world. And we have one in particular who was really struggling, as most of them are, competing with the OTAs, the online travel agencies, who are buying up a lot of these non-brand keywords in paid search or other opportunities in meta search or in display, and really centralizing that and driving the prices up. And so these guys, one client in particular was really struggling. A lot of clients really abandoned buying generic keywords in search like Dallas area hotel because the OTAs own that space. And so we knew that we had a way to solve that. And we worked with them and collaborated and came up with a way to help them understand who they should be bidding on some of these keywords for by using that first-party data, by using that customer intelligence, and by using that score to understand, well, I can't bid on Atlanta area hotel for everybody, but there are certain people where I really absolutely should. And by leveraging our customer intelligence into remarketing efforts for them, they got a 3 to 5 times increase in their ROI, more than doubled their revenue off of these programs. And now they're using it not just within search, but they're using it in meta search, they're using it in a variety of different channels. And we're doing the same thing in other verticals as well. We've done the same thing with automakers. We had an automaker who had a surplus of a specific model they really needed to be able to sell. And they set a 20% target for us to help them increase sales using our website personalization. Well, we got 73% and became their top selling program for them. So again, these are the great success stories that get us very excited.
Okay. Let's talk about your domain expertise and the challenges then. You are responsible for the onboarding, the retention, and the growth of those existing clients. So can you tell us maybe some of the challenges and some of the best practices and tips that you can share with listeners?
Sure. So I've been here for a number of years, and as the company's grown, certainly there have been a lot of lessons learned. A couple things come to mind. I think in the early days, we would be more inclined to give the customer everything that they've asked for and be able to and do a lot of customization. And I think over time, as we've evolved the product, a lot of those requests, a lot of the things that customers have asked for over the years have come into the product, which makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. But the key is to really focus from the very beginning, from the onboarding component, to make that set up for success. And you have to do a lot of analysis between just speed to getting them set up versus getting them set up to be perfectly scalable and to be able to cross-sell and upsell and solve not just the challenges they've identified up front, but to do your due diligence and understand the challenges that they are facing, whether they've brought those up or not, and knowing from your own product pipeline what you want to bring to bear later on. And so I think, one of the areas that we really need to do a little more analysis is understanding the ROI on certain ways of implementing a customer. We've gotten very good at implementing them quickly. We've gotten very good at implementing them reliably and setting them up for success and really getting speed to value for the customer. But I think one of the things I'd like to see us be able to focus a little bit more on is to understand if we take a little bit more time and do it this way versus that way, what is the ROI? What is the lifetime value of that customer downstream? And it's a nice problem to be at the point where that's what we're focusing on. But that's something I'd like to see us be able to do.
And you're doing a pretty good job. I mean, your retention rate is above 95% for the team that you have. So you must have a great team of customer success managers reporting to you. Let's talk about the workforce a bit, because I know the talent recruiting is also a challenge in high tech. How do you motivate your team? How do you inspire them? And making sure that there's a good culture in customer success?
Sure, that's a great question. And we can teach somebody almost anything about the technology, almost anything about marketing. They have to have really the right mindset. Mm-hmm. So the philosophy here is to get stuff done, and as opposed to a review, what people would call a personnel review, it's a GSD. It's to get stuff done for them. And once a quarter, we're talking with the folks on our teams and understanding and helping to explain how they're getting stuff done, how they're living up to those measurements. And the other piece is that just about everybody who works here is an owner in the company, and that's not uncommon necessarily in that space, but that mentality of thinking like an owner really is something that we hit on pretty regularly. And when you get people who think like an owner and want to get stuff done, it's amazing how much more you can do and get people really excited about it. Yes, it's a challenging market as far as getting top flight, top talent people, but they want to stay when they feel like they're really moving the needle for their own company.
Do you provide career development coaching, like third-party experts to come in and that like on a regular basis to ensure they are evolving in their skills and staying on top of the game?
Yeah, we've done a lot of that in that area over the past couple of years. We've developed IgnitionOne academies, which are internal programs where we are teaching from within. So part of it is making sure that everybody within the business understands what everybody else does and the value of what they're doing. So whether it's my team showing get to know a customer and helping them make sure that the developers and the product folks understand who our customers are, what the challenges are, to more sort of traditional management training things that are done either internally or through third parties. We do probably twice a year management training, bringing in experts to help folks understand how do you value employees, how do you reward employees, how do you have difficult conversations, how do you read kind of their moods and understanding what's important to them. That's an ongoing effort here.
Okay. I think that in the marketing space right now, people talk a lot about the journey, and the journey of the customer experience is more and more important in making sure that your business grows, because the switching is so easy, to move away from one vendor to another. So in the big picture of the current customer journey, how do you view the customer success part of that journey, and what kind of evolution have you seen in the industry? Because I would say that sales has been the primary focus and marketing is the focus, but customer success sometimes has not gained the attention as much. And now that customer experience is becoming a very, very big deal, I think customer success is part of that journey. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I'm a little biased in that regard, but I would agree 100%. And there's a reason it's called customer success. And for us, it begins immediately post-sale. So, my team's remit starts with the implementation, the onboarding. And to me, it's extremely important that they be part of the same team that's aligned with ensuring ongoing success for the customer. So that's hugely important. For the same reasons, our team is charged with retention and upselling and cross-selling with existing customers. It's not just supporting the day-to-day question and answer kind of more traditional support elements. It's really helping to grow that customer. And I think we take on the relationship. Sales does a great job of initiating that relationship, but I'm personally involved, and some of my direct reports are personally involved pre-sale for some of these enterprise agreements to really help start fostering and developing that relationship. And it's important that we're able to continue to do that throughout. And I think customer success is probably the most critical component of that. When you lose a customer, folks take it personally. We've developed these relationships, and we know we've done great work, and we've got great products for them. When we cross-sell and upsell and retain, it's reason to celebrate. It's a renewal of a relationship, and it's the most rewarding thing in the world. And that's how we're focused, and that's how the company grows.
And you are measured by revenue growth. The incentives are in place. Could you talk about that? How do you incentivize the team, and what is the ratio of retention revenue and growth revenue compared to the initial contract? How does that look?
Sure. So I can't get into too much in terms of specifics, but we have in the past couple of years tried, to a few different models, and we're honing in on what we think is most successful. But to really understand, in some cases there are specific customers that are high growth opportunities, and so putting a commission on top of additional revenue there. In other cases, it's really looking at it across an entire portfolio. So if somebody's working on a broad set of customers and they have a budgeted amount of revenue coming in, setting up targets for increasing that revenue and giving a commission or bonus on top of that. It varies, it's different customers, different verticals have different goals, and there's different opportunities to upsell and cross-sell them. And we want to make sure that our folks have the opportunity to work on a variety of different types of customers as well.
Well, it's been great talking with you, Dave, about customer success and learning more about IgnitionOne. Now that we are approaching 2019, what is exciting? What's ahead that you're looking forward to execute on, and what are the goals, really?
I think for us at IgnitionOne, one of the most exciting things is looking at sort of the evolution of our product and helping to make it more extensible. And so I think what we're going to see a lot of into next year, and you talked before about a lot of the competition, a lot of the players in this space, and we're not necessarily looking to replace a lot of these players. We're sort of the thing that can make a lot of these other systems run better. We're the thing that can make marketing programs run more efficiently. Sort of that injection into it that really helps ramp it up. And so for us, it's being able to, with our engagement manager and our audience console, being able to extend those into more and more channels and platforms, and being able to collaborate with more systems, integrate with more systems, and make it more valuable, and generate more return off the system that we've already gotten. I think that's been a huge piece of it. I think as moving forward into 2019, obviously a lot more going to be talked about with respect to privacy. We've come out of the year of GDPR,
yes,
and other regulations in California, for example. I think that's going to absolutely continue. We were pretty fortunate here, or pretty well prepared here, I think, in making sure that our platform was able to comply with those even before they became issues. And I think that puts us in an exciting space. It's one of the reasons we focus so much on first-party data here. First-party data is, I think, often underlooked or overlooked. And I think that having that first-party data, being able to do more with it from a marketing perspective, anybody buying second or third-party data should have use their first-party data to its fullest first, because that's the first thing that's available to you, and every customer, every account has their own massive pile of that data. So I think being able to find more ways to use that to help marketers understand who their customers are and be more successful, we geek out on that. That's what's exciting to us.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, for sharing about your customer success practices and IgnitionOne's platform for personalization for customer intelligence. I appreciate you sharing specific case studies also. And we look forward to actually hearing more about some of those stories that you have in 2019. Well,
thanks. I look forward to sharing more with you in next year.
There you have it. Tech It Up with Jessica Lee.